I think that's how every conversation should be started. What don't you know? You know what I'm saying? Versus being so englamored with the idea of what we know. What don't you know? And let's go into that space of not knowing, and like let's have fun there. I
All
feel
right,
like
because
that's how the
nowadays,
real gods
exactly,
create. That's how the
exactly.
real, you know what I'm saying, natives create. You create out of a space of not having anything, and then boom, now let's create some shit from that nothingness. Because we really don't know nothing. Because every
Exactly.
resource that any one of us would pull from is some shit that we done seen or heard or read from another account. We do have personal accounts, but how personal is that personal account? How can my personal account be a fact to somebody that's not me, that person, unless they trust me? So at the end of the day, it's still word of mouth. But in a certain way though, especially with this Native American push, I feel like that's campfire talk. I feel like that's more real. You
Now,
know,
watch this. What it also does is creates a space of vulnerability, right?
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? In a healthy way, because when you go into a space of what we know, it almost inspires competition to a degree. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? Even though it shouldn't, it's an inspire
And
space
now
of
it's my
sharing.
master teacher versus your master teacher versus us
Right.
just
You know what I'm
being,
saying?
you know what I'm saying,
Exactly.
students together.
Exactly.
And letting the real
Exactly.
master, the real God come down and stream and give us downloads. You know what I'm
You ever
saying?
seen a bunch of students in the room talking about shit that they don't know, that they trying to learn together? You see
Yeah.
how cohesive it is for the most part. You can see it. You can almost. I work with kids. You can see it all the time. You know what I'm saying? We've got one person who is saying something that the other students don't know. You can observe just how powerful that space is. You will see kids looking to help other kids, kids looking to get help from other kids. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Motherfuckers cheating on each other papers and shit. You know what I'm saying? In an attempt to be able to, learn or to know or to at least, show some level of competency, and that's something that I think that I like to encourage. So go ahead. I don't think y'all both answered the question though.
I did. Go
Yeah, I
ahead,
have an
Paige.
answer. I know nothing, but more importantly, you asked what I don't know. I don't know what it is I don't know
Mm.
because I believe
Uh,
I know everything and nothing at the same time, and I live in the in between, and I can't explain how I know that. I just know that's what it is, which is why I have all this spiritual shit happening. But at the same time, it's like I don't even know if that is what I know. It's just what I tell myself to sleep at night. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what it is I don't know. I'm not aware of what it is I don't know because every time I think I don't know something, time shows that I do know it. But it comes from experience and wisdom. And the wisdom, I don't know where it's coming from. I that's why I say I'm literally just a vessel. And the best way I can explain whose vessel is I put that on the elements of God in different forms. You see what I'm saying?
now,
I
now, pause right there because I want to touch on that part right there, Sage. Any of y'all ever like floated in water before?
Hmm.
yes.
That feeling of the surrender, right?
Yeah.
You know, that the I don't know is the surrendering to a degree that truly allows for you to be able to connect with that concept that we call God, right? So what does that mean? When you start to look at the larger perspective, we start talking about all of the things that's in above the firmament, right? The stars, the moons, all of these celestial bodies, all of these celestial occurrences, all of these celestial cycles, all the way down to the very existence of us ourselves as we are sharing this moment in time and space in this particular, moment, if you will, right? And then the question is, how the hell did all of this transpire? How was all of this done? The reality of it is that all three of us have concluded we don't know, right? Now, just
Mhm.
imagine think about it. If you just sit on that for a second, you can feel the pressure relieved from you. You know what I'm saying? That don't mean you're
Mhm.
not gonna go on a quest to try to find out, right? That don't mean that you don't have a particular idea and or a hunch or what we call a educated hypothesis, right? But the absolute reality of it, if you allow it to be a reality, is that we don't know, right? And this is how you are able to draw yourself closer to the idea of what we a concept that we equate to God, source, the most high, Allah, Jah, Yah, whatever the fuck. You know what I'm saying? Excuse my
Yeah.
vulgarity, in that degree, but you get my point. Now, the closer you get to that, the more inspired you are to become and understand what that is. You know what I'm saying? So
Mm.
this almost fuels your purpose and almost fuels your being to go down to increase in understanding, to increase in knowledge, to increase in, you know what I'm saying, knowing, if you will. You know what I mean? And I think this is the part that I see so many people venture and stray away from because they want to know everything, right? And then when you have a conversation, ain't no way in hell Ethereal can tell you anything that ain't happened concrete and say that ain't happened. Especially when we start talking about shit like 100,000, 200, 300,000 years ago. You know what I mean? There's absolutely no way that you could be able to speak with a certain level of conviction and truth that you know that this didn't happen. You know what I'm saying? The best
Yeah.
thing to do is to say, I don't know. And then if you want to be able to present evidence of other people who have shared different studies and think, okay, that's a way to do it. But we have to be cautious on the delicacies that these things is because every single aspect of it directly impacts our own personal spiritual journey. You feel me?
Yeah. Facts. And I think
Somebody says,
ideas.
I think on a real quick, somebody says, I think people are more comfortable being a teacher because it's easy to say you're a teacher than knows everything as opposed to being the student, which is studying to become the teacher. Yeah, I do, but but honestly, like all of us been in school. I work with kids, and I've been to school, and I can 100% guarantee you it's easier to be the student.
Yeah.
The pressure ain't necessarily on you you know how much pressure it is to deliver a proper lesson. I kid you not, crystallize. I was at one point in my career, I was a special ed instructor, right?
Yeah.
And I was tasked with, a small group of special ed students, to kind of help them inside of the classroom with reading and math and just general behavior things and shit, right? So one day I'm in this classroom and it was this first year, second year teacher, and she was in there teaching a particular math concept. I can't remember exactly what the math concept was, but we're talking about fourth grade kids, right?
Mm.
So, bro, I'm looking at her, fuck the whole math lesson up. I'm talking about, look, bro, look, I kid you not, bro. I kid you not, bro. I'm talking about like for a good 30, 40 minutes. Now you may say, well, why you ain't intervening and inject? I can't do that. You know what I'm saying? Like that ain't how this shit set up. But
Yeah.
to her credit, she realized like at the end of the lesson, because the kids,
Yo. Damn.
my bad. She said I totally messed up this lesson plan. She like we're gonna circle back on this lesson plan tomorrow, right? But think about the amount of pressure. Imagine if she didn't catch herself and she just said fuck it. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Yeah. You know, not every single one of these
Yo,
kids
Sasha, what's up, girl?
is gonna be over with because they don't know how to because they got the improper lesson. So it's always easy to be the student. That just means you're just giving you trusting in a particular teacher to be adequate enough to be able to give you a proper lesson plan all the motherfucking time. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
so my point is that if we all occupy the space of student and teacher, why putting our
Mm.
student first, right? What
Yeah.
that does is that it allows for the inside out process to kind of begin, right? I don't
Okay.
know this, I don't know that. Now let's say we all go in a circle and we share what we don't know. You know what I'm saying? We share we don't know, and then yeah, but you may know, but
Yeah.
you may
Hop
know.
up. Let Ether be. He dope. He got good energy. He said. I think he said he want to get some film time.
I don't know. I don't know about numerology, astrology. Here, I don't know whatever. Uh, straight hip hop. Okay, hip hop is my philosophy, my
Okay.
way of life, and the essence of my being. All
Okay.
right. Self-created grandmaster represent my own unique. My self-created grandmaster represent my own unique style of delivery, vibration, and frequency of hip hop consciousness and spirituality like none other before me. So I'm gonna hit you with a little what I call. I'm not a rapper, poet, or MC. I'm a hybrid of all three, making
Okay.
myself a hip hop verbal compositionist. Okay, I'm not a teacher. I'm not a minister in that sense. I'm a hip hop restorationist. Okay, from the foundation, baby. So this title of this piece is titled "The Great Awakening." Can I get y'all with me so far?
Yeah, we
Y'all
wish
got a lot of noise going on. Am I good to go?
you you
Yeah, you
good?
good
You
to
good,
go.
Watch? All right. Yeah.
Okay, mic check. We going in. The Great Awakening, Great Awakening, Great Awakening. Today, I said today we are so transfixed by all the ways we can reflect ourselves out into the world to the point that we don't even think about finding the time to reflect back deeply to our own self and know who we truly are. What have I told you that human beings, I said human beings are nothing but subatomic microbial organisms within the grand design of the universe. Freeze! Most of you are definitely not ready for that type of shit, though. Ew! People are so caught up in the illusion and lies of their own existence that when anything is presented that's contrary to their way of seeing and believing, guess what? They snap. Because the
Mm.
truth hurts in the closed soul and mind, just doesn't want to hear it. But to go from ignorance to enlightenment is one hell of a journey and one of life's ultimate achievements. You see, darkness, darkness, darkness comprehended the light. What? I couldn't begin to comprehend the significance of these words until I became light in the sea of darkness and was so misunderstood. And then it all clicked. Oh shit, don't tell nobody. I don't have to read about God because I see, feel, hear, taste, and smell God in every particle of a second as a conscious live being serving time in this dimension. The Good Samaritan wasn't a Jew, Muslim, or Christian, but yet and still he exemplified righteousness and compassion in the heat of the moment without following any doctrine of religion. I mean, what the fuck? Many of you say have belief and faith in God, but manifestations of God has no expression in your personality and character. Tell me, what would Christianity be today without the institution of the church, which burned and destroyed and in everything that aligned with its dogmas and doctrines? To be honest, the whole essence of Jesus' revolutionary message was that it's the inner spirit that matters to God and not the outwardly conformity to a set of standard of rules and laws. Explain to me where the hell y'all get that shit from. Oh, hold up. Wait a minute. Let me ask you a quick question. Do you know what
Okay.
makes a person stupid? Being unwilling to learn some new shit. Being closed
Mm.
off to absorbing new information, regurgitating the same old information that you're already familiar with. It's out with the old, in with the new. Knowledge, wisdom, and understanding that had us run. It's time for energy, imagination, and creativity to come through as we recognize, who want to accept it or not. We're in a constant state of evolution. The one thing that's consistent in our existence is change. It was only after being incarcerated and listening to young men give me the testimony about the lyrics and the music they listen to influence them. Many are now serving life sentences and will never see the streets again. I decided to become a part of the solution to the problem by giving the next generation a different set of lenses through which to view their own existence, potential for greatness, of building a foundation, starting from the decisions and choices that they are now making. As hip hoppers, what? We are the new lights of the world,
See?
representing the next great awakening. I am God Hop. Divine
Well, I
branch
want to
coming
say,
out of the
man, I want to say
foundation.
thank you so much for sharing that, man. And one of the things that I like to do, when I come across new people that has something to share, I would like to hear what they have to share because it's so easy. Many will probably dismiss, but if for those of you all who was here and y'all heard what this man was saying, he was kicking some real powerful gems, as I like to call it. So I really want to say thank you for sharing those things, and that's extremely important. For one, for our elders to be able to come in and share their experiences, their understanding, the lessons that they have been able to, master, so to speak, and be able to give it to the next generation. Because this is what I was just saying, crystallize the valuing of wisdom, right? So,
Mm.
when this brother right here remind me so much of my father, it's so crazy because my pops be doing the same thing, you know what I'm saying? And but when we were shorties when I was in college, me and my homies and everybody, we had just literally take a road trip and come back to the crib and we had just go kick it with my pops and we be sitting down for hours. We like 8, 9, 10 deep. in my pop living room for 5 hours and he just dropping knowledge on us. You know what I'm saying? So because we had that value, we have that value for wisdom. We have that yearning to be around those who have the wisdom because we are wise enough to understand that in listening and taking heed to the things that the wise man teach, we will be able to live the life of the wise man in due time. You know what I mean? And that's the goal, And I honestly is to be wiser than the wise man, so that way the ones who's coming up under us will be wiser than us all. You know what I
Mm,
mean? And this is how we see that constant growth and development amongst the
yeah.
generations of people. And many of us lose sight of that because we get caught up in this identity politics, or we get caught up in this, popularity contest, or we get caught up in this, the ascertaining of material gains, thinking that this is the things that's going to, supplement and be buy you the spiritual, rewards that you seek after, and it's not. The only thing that's going to do that is your ability to know and understand what you do not know, and to be able to push forward with a high level of intent to be the most righteous version of you. You know what I mean? And sharing all of the things that life hits you with, shows you, exposes to you, with others. This is why I've been working with children professionally for 10 years. This is why I've been working professionally with communities, working with aldermen, build curriculums, doing all of these different things to be able to create a legacy, a lifelong impact, not just on my children, nieces, nephews, and little cousins, but also your children, nieces, nephews, and little cousins as well. You
Yeah.
understand what I'm saying? So this is a part of the ultimate goal and the ultimate plan. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate you, my good brother, for sharing. If you had anything else you would like to share, please, feel free to.
Hey, listen, the brother, listen, where my man at? Sincere, hold on. Sincere trigger hater. He questioning hip hop and with culture and whatever. I mean, like, listen, on my face, right? 2025 is my time. My time has come. I ain't nothing to be played with.
I say.
Everything that you know or think about hip hop, throw that shit out the window. I told you I'm a self-created grandmaster. The cipher, everything that I do, uh, uh, I can't even explain. You got to see it to believe it. Okay, but there's gonna be a separation. You got rap, music, entertainment, culture, or hip hop. Then you have foundation.
Mm,
Those are the spirit, the state of mind, and the way of life. Okay, and they've been underground, man. I don't care for what year that you talking about it when hip hop died or whatever. Y'all ain't pay attention to underground and whatsoever. How all these people keep on talking about the top three, K died, Drake. Man, y'all just respecting motherfucking goddamn Tech Nine like a motherfucker. And anybody at time Eminem was Eminem, but if anybody could go to total with that motherfucker at any stage was Tech Nine from day one. So
Yeah.
I'm not
Hey,
going.
where
We
you
ain't going
from?
to sit up here
Where you
and
from, my brother? Where you from?
I'm from the same place you from, bro.
yeah.
I mean, I remember mine. I'm talking the portal, my mama pussy. But anyway, I guess you were talking about. I'm born. I guess the landmark. I Philly. I live so many places, but I guess as a kid I grew up in Philadelphia. So that's
What's up with
I
you?
guess
Okay.
that's what.
Philly. Okay,
Hey yo,
okay,
bro,
okay,
I'm off
okay.
the chain, so you understand. I got me clowning, man, because I ain't anything got to be so goddamn
No,
serious on it.
no, I
Love
was
you.
no. My question is, like I asked my stepfather, he's an older guy. Like, what is your thoughts of what hip hop turned to now to what it used to be when Grandmaster Flash, Sugar Hill Gang, KRS One
Well,
to
we
like
well
when
we
you look at
already
it.
know what's going
That's
on
what
with
I'm.
that. This is
Yeah, that's
something
what
that
would
don't
be my
even have to
question
be.
because I
Yeah,
grew up in it,
but
wise, and I see the
but
change.
look, sincere, just like any of us know, right here. Like any one of us know that this was a propaganda tool that took place in an attempt to be able to corrupt the minds of the people and take them away
Facts,
from the
fact
spiritual
wise.
highness that hip hop was introducing to the
Yeah.
people. When you start to see how people was incorporating ancient spiritual teachings, ancient historical facts, in the attempt to be able to, uplift the humanity, right? That had to be compromised and neutralized by way of the counterintelligence programs that was put forth. We already know that. We've seen the Jews come in and snatch up and push this gangster rap in an attempt to be able to offshoot a lot of the positive gains that the hip hop was having on
Okay.
the conscious minds of the people in
But
an attempt to be,
that's
so
my thing.
we already know what happened. So then
But let me
it ain't even
respond.
about.
Let me say something, wise. Why didn't the older guys like OG or the ones that fixed it, get it back to the true
No,
essence
you
of hip
can't. No,
hop.
but that's not how it's supposed to
Hey,
happen.
hey,
Okay,
It
okay,
don't work that way. The way that it works is that the younger generation have to be able to have a value for the roots of the craft, the roots of the science, the
I
roots
agree
of
with
this particular way of life,
hey,
right?
listen,
Because
brothers.
all the old heads could come and say everything about hip hop, but if you don't have that value for it, that don't mean nothing. But once
Yeah.
you have the value for it and the appreciation for it, then you could be a part of the perpetuation and continuation of this particular craft, and you could even modify it with a much more modern twist to it without losing the roots of it. And this is the problem that's been going on. But like the brother say, if you have paid attention to the underground scene, it's the reason why it's the underground scene, and it's best that it be underground scene. But there's many guys who still speaking. I got 3 albums out. Anybody who know Wise God music, they'll tell you I speak the highest
facts.
of the
Right,
most fire is hip
right.
hop, in the most modern way possible that you won't hear nobody talking about. You know what I'm saying? And soon coming, it's gonna be my music gonna be a household name.
Hey, I
What's the
make
point
music
of
too, Wise. We gotta talk.
yeah, man, you go check me out, man. All my music is divine, uplifting, and really lyrical, real MCing, real raps, real production. I make beats. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Good shit.
and I
Hey,
stay
yo,
true to the roots of it.
I'm tired of y'all, but y'all listen, listen. I'm gonna show y'all something, right? You only gonna get this one time, right here, right now. Like the hip hop, y'all keep on telling y'all, man. I'm foundational hip hop before records even come into play, bro. Okay, like there's this whole separation in the music and the stats. Hip hop cultures, beats, rhymes, graffiti, breakdancing, and DJing. So y'all keep on saying hip hop, hip hop. Y'all talking about rap music entertainment, bro. Okay, that's hip hop culture from the music aspect. So right now, right. So I'm gonna give you an aspect of the music that they ain't ripped it, right. So when you gotta see me on stage with this shit, with mics on this shit, right, and one at my mouth, right, beating for other MCs or just doing my shit. I'm gonna give you a little sample, and ain't even gonna scratch the surface. But this is my hip hop. Hear my piece and rhyme, kids, I can rhythm with my hands. You wanna show, yo, I work my hands, the beats go. A human stereo, the stuff on when I go. I'm here to introduce you to a new wicked style. My hands pop rhythm while I spit that rhyme right out my mouth. I'm an old school hip hop entertainer who have many doors slam in my face, but still I came through. No matter who you are, no matter what your dream may be, you gotta believe and keep striving and you will achieve. The road is tough, but there are many roads to overcome. Make the right choices, especially when it comes to doing drugs. Keep it positive, stay away from the negative. It's so stupid, beats the air like nobody else has ever did. Hit my piece and rhyme, kids.
Okay,
So, like,
Yo,
I
that's
don't even
fire,
scratch the
OG.
surface.
that's fire.
That's
But
what.
No
That's
cap.
them
fire.
hip
That's
hop's
what I'm
best
saying.
kept
That's what I'm
secret, baby.
saying. That's what I'm saying, OG. We don't see that no more. That essence of hip hop in the
No,
in the,
we
in the
do. You gotta
mainstream
stop
media.
saying that, sincere. Stop.
We
No,
do see that
what
though. No cap.
sincere. What you got to say is this, sincere.
You gotta come to
The,
Atlanta.
what you got to say is this: the vast majority of the most popular rappers and hip hop are not necessarily, X, Y, and Z. But to say that we do not see it anymore, it mean you may not have seen it anymore because I could show you a list of different guys young right now, including myself. But we want to talk about guys who in the industry particularly or got record deals or like, so
Well,
And
that's
it,
really
British
what
night.
it
and, and
that's really
and at
what
the
it boiled
same
down
time
to.
too, I think that boiled back down to the conversation about scholarship and like knowledge and time and wisdom and knowing.
Hmm.
It's like art has to be rediscovered with each generation. I feel like OG generation come from we was just free and we love each other right now and we enjoying this freedom and they was able to be in a space without social media where you can just be free and create from that space. And imagine if you only had a
Facts.
couple books, right? You only had access to a couple books. All your knowledge coming from the ether. All your knowledge coming from yourself and your ancestors and your family and your friends. So when you go to that space, you can create and with melanin, it's a whole different type of creation you can get. Don't let there be some drums. And like he said, he demonstrated the beat. He created
Hmm.
the music. What he was speaking on is spirit. If you really caught
Hmm.
his
Yeah, I caught
frequency,
him.
and you know how I can tell you did why when you can catch frequency and you can hear soul, That's soul music. That's soul food. That's the
Mm-hmm.
real shit that Ethereal be trying to put fried chicken on. That ain't our food culturally, nigga. Our food is the sunlight. What OG said, our food is the beat, rhythm, blues, like music, soul.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Mm-hmm.
our real language. All the
Facts.
other shit is just conduits that we use because we live in a system of Babylon. But at the end of the
Yeah,
day, that's
and
the real
also
soul.
created, yeah, but like, yes, for sure, 100%. You know, and as a since we on the conversation of just hip hop in particular, which is a conversation alone, never mind having, regardless or whatever. I think it's a dope talk because it actually kind of boils down to what we're talking about. Like, if you go check out any of my music, all the things that we didn't talked about, crystallize, and that you done heard me build about in any aspect is what I talk about in my music. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about very lyrical, yeah, it's just I don't like gloating and shit. I do, but I don't, but it's really, really good music. You know what I'm saying? And there's other artists who I feel like has also been a part of that process as well. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for
And
sure.
and being able to connect with those people allows for you to be able to tap into that feeding, right? The fueling and
Yeah.
feeding of the to the spirit and
I
or
think you
soul.
was
You
in
know what
that
I mean?
conversation with me and Ethereal. We said who better, Tupac? No, I think that was Admiral, but he was being regular. We was talking about Tupac or Kanye West. I mean, not Kanye West, Tupac or Kendrick. And it's like you can't compare. It's certain essences that was in that old school rap that's not comparable to today's. But I do feel like there's certain pioneers that's taking those elements of soul and actually speaking from the heart, having a good message, having a thorough beat, and being, what I'm saying, creating out of love. Like, we don't have the
Hey,
Al Greens and the, what I'm saying, the Luther Vandrosses and the Princes and the Michael Jacksons and shit no more. All we really got is Chris
hey,
Brown. We don't have nobody really singing and loving on each other like we did back in OG day. Even though we was fresh out of slavery, we was clinging on to love. We knew how to love each other and have a community and mother and father at home. That was cool. I feel like now we got into the player pimp kind of culture,
listen,
and I feel like that had to play out. And I feel like low key right now, this next generation coming up, if they don't let the homosexuality and the demonicness with the porn industry corrupt their minds too much, we could come back into a frequency of being able to love each other. But we gotta stop fearing each other and
I
fighting
got a
each other
song
and
called
beefing
"I'm
with each
Ready."
other.
hey, listen to me, y'all.
I
One of
agree with
my
that. I
songs.
agree with that, bro.
One of my songs is called "I'm Ready." You know what I'm saying? And it's I'm ready for love, love. I'm ready for peace, peace. I'm ready for life, life. I'm ready. Are we?
Oh,
I'm ready
okay, that's
for
hard.
love, man. Don't
Yeah.
tell me about no wicked ass shit. And I'm ready for
Hey,
life, man. Don't tell me about no wicked ass shit. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? So
that's hard.
and that's one of my favorite tracks. I'm ready on all major platforms. Go check it out. I got some visuals that's going to be coming in 2025. That's definitely going to
Hey,
take the programming to the next gear. But to your point though, there is that the time is always now, right? But there is spaces and where the people have to collectively develop, into a frequency that's going to allow for the vast majority to
Yeah.
be in that space of love, be in that space of healing, be in that space of
Because it's almost cliche. It's
consistency.
not cool anymore because of just the culture that we
Right,
live in right now. It's not so
right,
much it don't exist. It's just not mainstream because
right.
the current what's cool is the gangster rap. What's cool is having guns. What's cool is bitches and hoes. It's not seen to be
hey,
cool to be, spiritual and loving and shit. That's not cool no more.
But
gentlemen.
look, I'm from Chicago. Go ahead,
Okay,
old school. Go ahead.
listen. I need y'all to put y'all send me a message from whatever show this on because I got a plethora of young. I got a 17-year-old run circles around cats with knowledge. I mean, like y'all. Rapper people's rapping and like it's a new wave outside of industry records and whatnot. The little minute and a half that you get is filled with number proteins, nutrients, experience, insight, whether it's from whatever dimension that they're living in their culture or city or whatever. It's so many damn styles now that you can't even keep up with it.
Yeah.
And when I hear people talk about it, everything is by mainstream rap music standards, and it's just like, how was y'all missing this? I mean, like, do y'all heard of O Henny Savant here on Instagram? Like, this boy is a black prince. He plays his own music. I mean, the keyboard, drums, saxophone, the guitar. He does the raps. It ain't nobody like him on rapping with the consciousness, and he makes his own videos, and they are creations of workers, masterpieces. Cornell West spoke on him as the greatest thing in hip hop since hip hop began, or something like that. I mean,
Mm.
like this. I'm like, how is
You
people
said Henny
missing
West?
this? Dax, y'all know who Dax is?
Dax. Yeah, I heard of Dax.
Yeah,
Who?
man,
Who?
the man is worldwide, and I mean, like he done did so much shit, and how he incorporated the people on his verses or on his Instagrams and TikToks, and until he got hundreds of people. I mean, like on his use the track, and he letting them rap, and he promoting the people. This is hip hop,
Mhm.
Facts.
okay? I mean, like it's outside of just music. It's a state of mind, and like
Mm-hmm.
or D1 Music, man, he on here, bro. And he's criticizing so much about the rap industry and whatnot. He not even hip hop to me. Okay, you're a Christian rapper coming into the culture, talking like you taking over and giving the morals of God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, throwing it down on a whole fucking culture. What is you? What, yeah, I mean, like I'm holding back, because I'm like waiting till I get my shit in the air. But like he gonna get it dressed real nice and sweet. Yeah, he done had all these other legends and whatever. I'm a hip hopper to the point where Christianity for the first 25 years was because condemned and demonized us in everything. It was our worst critics. Okay, so in the 90s, when Kurt Franklin or Hammer or somebody else makes something, they see the energy of it, it's accepted now. But y'all forget about, I got so many ministers and there's recordings of preaching against hip hop and what? Now it's $1 billion industry and all types of artists, and y'all got Jesus and whatever. And that's our shit. Y'all be not conformed to the world, be you transform your mind. Stop adopting shit from the world and then adopting it, talking it as your shit. All
Yeah.
right,
Yeah.
let me, I done ran my mouth.
How young are you, OG?
Huh?
How young are you?
57. I mean, in fact, I'll be 58 this month.
That's what's up, brother.
29.
You look
That's what's
great,
up.
man. Your spirit young, bro. Keep that shit
It
going.
does.
Yeah,
Look
you
good for
seen
your
hip
age,
hop
brother.
transform.
For
You,
sure.
you
For
seen the
sure.
process. That's what's up.
Hey,
Yeah.
but
For
I'm getting ready
sure.
to get out this noise, man. Can I give y'all a song before I leave?
Yeah. For sure.
Okay. Listen, bro. This song been out for 2 years, right? But this acoustic version. This the original version. But the studio track could go on what I got on studio. Crystallized Vision heard seen it. He heard it. But yeah. But so Crystal, my man, this is the original version. All right,
Okay.
the acoustic version. You are somebody. I don't give a fuck what you're doing and how you perceive life. We ain't living in hard times. But lessons learned in the fire, lessons that can't be learned nowhere else. And if you go through something, never give up. You are somebody. All you gotta do is believe, 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 believe. You are somebody. Believe you are somebody. Believe you are somebody. Believe you are somebody. Believe, don't let nobody tell you that you ain't nobody. Cause each and every one of you are somebody. This world is cruel and so uncool, but love everybody. Even though some will hate you, just smile and keep walking. You are somebody. Believe you are somebody. Believe the mind of man is evil. Don't pay attention to people. You gotta believe in yourself to have a brighter future. Life is filled with many trials and tribulations. The best part of it all is how you overcome them. You see, brighter day, thinking that you never make it. The ones who tore you down will be stuck right where you left them. You are somebody. Believe you
Somebody.
are somebody. Believe you are
Somebody.
somebody. Believe you
Somebody.
are somebody. Believe every day's a new day. Every day's a new beginning. Everybody's not born pretty, bitch, or intelligent. Your true beauty's within thee. You gotta believe. Forget about what people may say or think about you. Every life has a purpose. Pick your head up because you are special. The problem is, most of us want to be like someone else instead of being ourselves. Stop trying to become a leader because you are a unique individual. Don't let nobody tell you that you ain't nobody because you're fat, ugly, handicapped, or crack, a little slow, for a weekend, and you live in the projects. These people are insecure with their own self or they're just pure evil and wicked. Dig this, the sky's the limit. Where one can conceive, one can achieve. All you gotta do is strive and believe. Don't give up, learn from mistakes, cause nothing in this life is easy. Now that's all you wanna be is a nobody. You are somebody.
Somebody.
Believe.
Hey, yes, sir. I say.
Damn, bro. You was competing with me.
Hey man,
I'm
hey, thank you so
on
much for sharing your music, brother. Follow
okay,
me,
I
man.
just
So
it was just like loud. I'm not bad.
That
Huh?
nigga in laundromat with it. He don't give a
No,
fuck.
I'm not screaming at you. I was talking about what I was.
He said, y'all gonna hear this shit in the laundromat.
I was saying that I was. All right, bro. What up? All right, my bad.
Nah, you
hey,
good. I
hey,
No,
hey,
it's just
appreciate
hey,
you.
like dude
old
came
school.
right up on me
Hey, old
hollering.
school. Hey, I appreciate you for pulling up, man. Thank you so much for your energy. Follow me. I want to follow you back. And I definitely want to be able to keep up with you. I
I
want to
tell you,
try to
gotta
keep
put something in my thing, bro. I can't like do it right now. I ain't got my glasses. I got a lot of stuff out here. But you message me um on your follow because I don't follow. I check
I
people
I
pages
I
and
I'll
all that
send you
stuff.
his
I
page,
follow
OG.
them.
I got you. I'll send you his page. I'll send you his
Yeah, go
music
ahead
too.
and
Okay,
drop
thank you.
down, OG. Go ahead and drop down. I want
Yeah,
to
I'm
see.
out.
I want to.
Thank
Yes,
you.
sir. One love, my brother.
One
Shout out
love.
to
Love.
OG, man.
Yeah, on God.
Hey, that debate you had was yesterday. Yo, I watched the whole thing. That joint was fire, bro.
Yeah, I had to put some belt to ass, man. You know what I'm saying? But that happens from time to time.
Hey
Heavy.
Heavy,
man,
what's up, God?
what up, though? We got to
What's
give
up,
it up to
Heavy?
the elder beat maker, man. I got to tell you, I appreciate that once again. Thank you for always being supportive, and thank you for coming on and shedding your light onto the brothers. I love it when the elders come up and they represent a certain type of culture. You know, when you think of the elders, that was the perfect example of what we need to see from the elders. To see them encouraging, to see them vibrant with so much vigor, you know what I mean? That is so needed. And also to see the gray hairs, man. You know what I
Facts.
mean? To let people know that they've lived a life. You know what I'm saying? So many times these elders come on and they, you know, their diction is always leaning towards dictatorship and telling you to do this and you better do this and you better do that. But when they come on with that type of energy, it's just so infectious. So to the elder, I want to thank you, man. That you are the perfect example of what the world needs to see and what the youth need to see. We appreciate that, brother.
You are
Yeah,
somebody.
Somebody.
yeah, I love it,
You
man.
Okay.
know what I'm saying?
I
Like,
love it.
and to veg you back off what Have said, man. Like that's yes, that's the goal. You know what I'm saying? So many times, we have so many misconceptions that the elder community is totally cut off from the younger community, and that's just the popular opinion. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
But there are many elders. I mean, in the hood, you're gonna see many elders speaking life to the young boy, speaking life to the young sister. You know what I'm saying? My father's in the walking example, been on the same block for over 20 years, you know what I'm saying? And really been a part of the solution, by sharing information with the young guys and really cleaning up the streets and, really been a part of that type of operation. So that's something that, all of us should be encouraged.
yes, yes, I love that. That just made my day. I keep being surprised throughout the day because I woke up with a heavy heart. I don't know why I woke up with a heavy heart. I just felt like I hadn't been in my space. You know what I mean? Sometimes you feel like your connection. You know, you got to make sure you keep that connection of a certain way. So I woke up in a certain spirit. I had to put on my veve. You know what I'm saying? To all my worthy to have the peace that you desire. You are worthy. You know what I mean? You are somebody. You know that's
Real talk.
potent.
Absolutely.
Powerful.
I got a question for y'all. I was thinking about this today. So you got a lot of people. Why do people feel like they want to steal your joy heavy. Like, why do you have people like that? Like, when you're in a happy place, people want to steal your
Because
joy. Like, you can be happy, but your homeboy's not happy, and he'll try to like make you feel like not happy too at the same time.
because because they see joy as a commodity that has a limit, but
mm,
joy is limitless. You know, I can overflow with joy, and you can overflow with joy. My joy doesn't have to be at the expense of you being sad. You see what I'm saying? We both can have joy. We don't own it. It's nothing that we can own. So this is why people try to steal it, because they don't understand the true nature of joy. It's not, you don't own it. You don't own it. You just get to experience it. And it's something that we all get to experience. So just it's not an endless, it's not a resource that's limited. You see? So many people, they're trying to steal your joy because they
uh,
don't realize that they can experience joy for
they got
themselves.
their own way.
Could
They
you
just gotta
imagine?
tap
Could you
in.
imagine? Could you imagine if a person had tried to steal your oxygen intake?
That's crazy.
Just
Right,
You get what
imagine,
I'm saying?
right.
just imagine you just breathing regularly. This is something that's abundant for all, and somebody who don't even can't even recognize that it's abundant for all, and he see you over there breathing, laughing, and cracking up a storm. He's like, this nigga taking up all the oxygen, and he want to come and take. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's what that is. You know what I'm saying?
Trying to choke
That's
you and take your breath.
you feel me? Trying to Bart Simpson you like a mug is crazy. You know what I'm saying? So so to your question, set, you know what I'm saying, change how you respond to negative situations. So therefore it don't have, a negative impact on you. That way, you ain't trying to steal nobody's joy either,
We, we
but
we gotta
you know,
we gotta use that same ideology when it comes to the slow acronym we made earlier. What we say,
yeah,
social.
that's true.
You remember that when somebody
Yeah.
slow? I think we had said like socially logically lost, basically. But
Obtuse.
yeah, obtuse.
Obtuse
So
for
like,
sure.
if somebody doesn't have
Absolutely.
knowledge, it's not, you can't stand on something that you cannot fully prove. So you have to just respect the flow of being able to be taught and not condescending. I think that's what was happening a lot of times in
But
ethereals or just anybody that teaches, or admiral especially. When you get into a
Well,
space
Admiral
where
slow for sure. You know what I'm
you're
saying?
being presented new information, you have to be able to be coachable. And if you are the,
but
the teacher in that space, be the teacher. But
but
be
but here's
open
the thing
minded,
though.
period.
You can, and I want all of you to stand on things that you don't have the full knowledge of. This is where faith comes in. We
Okay.
forget the power of faith and hope and love. You
Mm.
know, no one can fully grasp the scope of an all encompassing love. You can only feel it.
Mhm.
You can't fully explain it. Faith, when you put your faith in things, your trust in some things you don't know the magnitude of those things, but you know them, you've experienced them. You just can't name it always, right? So some of the things that you stand on are so supernatural. They're so supernatural. They're so high. They're so powerful that you can't fully explain it all the time. So it's not, some things are just meant to be,
Exactly.
some things are meant to be expressed, in a different way that's nonverbal
Things are
and
just to be
allow, and,
experienced. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
That's a
just to
great
be
point.
just to be experienced.
Great.
So you can't just stand on all logic. If you live a life that's just solely
That's
standing
true.
on logic, you are living a limited life,
Hmm.
because a lot of things, the joy that I have, sometimes I can't explain it.
Yeah.
The love that I have sometimes, or that I experience from others, I can't explain it. It's
Hmm.
so beyond me sometimes. And I like it to be that way. I like it to
Absolutely.
be, I like it to be beyond me. And this goes
Absolutely.
back to energy. Energy, you can only express certain energies if you have the potential for capacity. Capacity. Capacity makes space for energies to be expressed. If you haven't lended yourself to the capacity, right, of experiencing certain loves, you'll never do it. Of certain joys, you'll never do it. You know what I mean? But it doesn't mean you have to be able to explain it. And that's a lot of times what happens in this quote unquote conscious community is niggas feel like they can explain everything.
Hmm.
You can't explain everything. I can't explain it all. You know what I'm saying? Our grandma used to say, and they used to sing a song in church, he's so good, I can't tell it all.
Mm.
Buja
God is so good.
Buja say the story goes on, and the fool has never been told. You
You see what
understand?
I'm saying? Yeah.
The fool
You
has
can't.
never been told. Yeah, just think
Yeah.
about it. Let's just keep going. Yeah.
So good,
Yeah.
I just can't tell it all, man. I swear.
See,
I'm
that
thinking in
that
my
goes
dream.
back to what I was just saying before. Before you had joined the lab, we was talking about the power of surrendering to the I don't know, right? Because in power to surrendering to the I don't know, as it pertains to not just on the minuscule thing.
That's powerful. Surrendering to the I don't know. I don't know who need to hear this. How much money you think it took you to get the attention of the label before?